Good morning. Welcome to the September 5th meeting of the Board of Assessors. This meeting will be video recorded and broadcast over local access channel 8 and through the town website at www.eastham-ma.gov. And I have to ask if anybody's recording or doing any of that kind of stuff. Okay.
Not today.
And with that, I guess we'll open with the regular minutes. And I guess there are really, we have the.
Yeah, so I have the minutes here. I sent them in the email. I don't know if everybody read them enough to approve or deny. Okay, so.
So why don't we, I take a motion to approve the general minutes of the, the August 8th meeting of the Board of Assessors?
Second.
All those in favor? Okay. Is there any discussion about the executive minutes?
Nope.
No, so then we can do that right now. Could I have a motion to approve the executive minutes from the August 8th meeting?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It sounds rather weird to do those kind of official kinds of statements and stuff like that, but it's kind of what you have to do. So.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, we're on to the director's update.
So what's new, I think I already mentioned, the date was kind of up in the air for the classification hearing. It's happening this Monday, the 9th at 5:30.
Are you first?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, Kayla got me on first, so we'll see how long it takes. You never know.
I'm gonna be out of town.
That's okay. You can always rewatch it. It's broadcast and you can pull it up on YouTube if you want to just see what types of questions arise and that type of thing.
And I like to support them, and that's the only reason why I'm really kind of asking for people to go if they have the opportunity. It's not a big deal. It's, but it's nice to support.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm presenting to the select board what your thoughts were on each, approval.
Yeah.
It is helpful that you're there too, in case there were more questions, but.
Which we couldn't answer.
We all work together. So the tax rate, that was also kind of tentatively in that presentation that I gave. So it ended up, when all was said and done, at 771. So that is what we will be presenting. We haven't we can't get the approval on it until we go through the classification hearing process. So on that note, in advance of that meeting, if you and Brian could log in to Gateway and you can sign the recap and the LA5 options pages, just sign and save. That way, after the meeting, Linda and I can go in and she can do the clerk's part and I'll just submit the other 2 pages.
So it's the LA5 and there's another one?
The LA5 and the tax recap.
Oh, okay.
And we should do that before
You do that today.
Okay.
Whenever, and just click save, then it's already in there and it won't be a rush after the meeting,
Gotcha.
to try to get it all squared away.
How does the tax rate compare to last year?
So last year it was 701.
Oh.
So, but we have, quite a bit going on outside of just evaluation of things. So, and values didn't go up much. So
It's 3%, I think you said?
3% for single family homes. It was 4.5%, I think, for the whole residential class. And it was more for condos. I think 10 was what I said for condos. 24 for condos. Don't know where 10 came from.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we were saying that there was kind of all of the single family homes are so expensive that
Yeah.
these condos, they're still available and they're starting to sell for closer to what the homes, not quite, but not the, you know, 150,000 that you used to be able to get one for, so those have gone up quite a bit. In different news, the Council on Aging has invited us to come over on September 23rd. We're gonna do a little session of the programs that we offer and do a little kind of a Q&A, but also application assistance, just to help people get either involved in the taxation aid committee fund or the regular senior exemption or deferral or whatever they might need. We're still, the tax work-off program is also something that we'll discuss, but we're still trying to get it off its feet. We have people who are interested, but not a lot of needs to fill the gaps,
Yeah.
you know, so it's still, I have one that I'm kind of trying to work with right now that we finally found a spot for. But we're just trying to communicate and get that in place, so.
Another group that is kind of new to Eastham that is doing a lot of those types of things is helping our women.
Okay,
I'm not sure if you know of them or
I
not.
do know of them, yeah, they're one of our. They've been in touch with us,
Yeah.
they submit documents to us.
They do an awful lot of good stuff for mostly older, but I think it's for anybody.
Okay, not just women, they're not just helping. the women,
They will not transport men, and I don't know the reason for that, but men are welcome to use the services that the other services that
Okay.
they supply and so
Okay.
forth.
So worth reaching out to just,
I'm just mentioning it
Mhm.
just because my wife now is the chairman of the Council of Aging,
okay,
and they're reaching out to her because
To
of the
help.
seniors and
Right.
stuff like that and stuff.
okay,
But they're new to the area. They actually have been part. They started in Provincetown and expanded to Truro and then Wellfleet and into Eastham. And they've been doing that, and they finally opened up a satellite office here in Eastham 6
Mhm.
months ago or so. And so they're trying to reach out to local organizations
Right.
to help those people. in
so
need.
even bringing to their attention the programs that we have so that they can, you know, kind of spread the word.
Yeah.
That's a great idea,
No,
see if I can get in touch with them.
I don't have a name for you. I could get
Okay.
one if you wanted to.
I mean, I think there is a contact on the documents that they
Okay.
submit to us, so I could try to reach out that way. That's a great thought. Speaking of those different programs, the taxation aid fund. Inserts will be going out with the tax bills to help kind of bring in more funds, but there's not a lot more that we can do. We tried to think of everything of getting word out there to individuals who might be in need of assistance. So things like, you know, talking about it at meetings, which are broadcast, and then Devin has it on our channel. I forget what channel it is now, but not 18 anymore.
8.
Channel 8.
Yep.
So, and then we have posters, and I think they're placed all around town, the library, the COA, I think the Elks, I don't know, but even just word of mouth, I think is important to just tell people there is help available should you need it. So because the deadline for the taxation aid application is October 15th, so there's not a lot of time after you get the bill to get it in.
Did
So-
you reach out to Rich so that you got funding for that?
So that's for the tax office was covering it for this
Oh, was it?
bill,
Okay,
and then so for the second half,
okay.
that's when we'll reach out for that.
Mhm.
What else? The tax bills are going out, well, we're getting them to the printer September 16th, so shortly after they should be going out in the mail. All the values are obviously all certified already. And we have boat bills also on our horizon. We're starting to get those files in and do the work of, you know, who we're gonna bill, who really is active, who has canceled. All the fun.
Do you both do that, or is that basically Alex?
Alex does a good deal of that work, yeah, she's the wizard when it comes to, you know, combining all of, because we get the list from the harbor master, we get the list from the state, and then we have what individuals have kind of told us about where their boat is located, so it's a lot of pulling things together. But we think this year, we hope this year, the ones we bill are the ones who should be billed. That we did a lot of work last year to kind of get that in place, so fingers crossed. And also nothing big, but another motor vehicle commitment will be going out the beginning of October. So just the people who have recently, I think since late May, have registered their car or changed anything.
That can't be too many. It wouldn't.
There's only a handful in all these commitments. The later in the year one, yeah, so it's not too much, but it's just,
No.
it's one more thing,
Yeah.
you know. One more tab you have to have open for the questions that will arise. That's everything I can think of. Can you think of anything I'm missing?
I think the tax state, Rachel Bucker is our policy coordinator, she's doing the Wendell weekend. Because she someone poster for the tax state, spread the word. Hopefully.
By the way, there's a beer garden
In the beer garden,
both days.
yeah, husband's doing the race, so,
Oh, is he?
yeah. We did it last year with the kids, and I said, oh.
Did-
none of us-
Yeah.
I think, yeah, they said there was like 120 people signed up for the race.
Oh, okay, that's more than last year.
Yeah.
That, it's not bad.
Yeah, my wife runs the parades. We Get pretty well.
Yeah,
Fun events. We had some last year, so
that's happening when?
this weekend.
Oh, this
Saturday,
weekend, okay.
Friday, Saturday,
They have
Sunday.
like
Oh, okay.
a band, contest Saturday morning,
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
parade.
The talent show on Friday night at the Elks.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Um,
They put like a car show.
there is a car show on Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 to 2 or something like that at the Elks.
yeah.
And I think I heard they're gonna have about 70 cars there, something on that side there. Mostly antiques, but anybody can enter
Mhm.
kind of a deal. Some of those cars will be in the parade the next day, but I can't tell you how many at this
Mhm.
point. There's, see what else? You said the sand art, there's line dancing. I
Oh.
think that's Sunday, but I'm not
All the
100%
bases.
sure. They're actually closing down Depot Road. For the
The
line.
line dance on Depot Road?
Yeah. There's a tricycle race for kids and there's a touch a truck.
Behind town hall, right?
Yep, right behind town hall. What else is going? I can't remember. There's music both days
Mhm.
for the most part out in the gazebo kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's crafts and stuff like that on Saturday, not Sunday though. And there's actually transportation from First Encounter Beach up to Common and then over to the Elks
Okay,
because of parking
Right,
problems and
limited,
stuff
right.
like that. And I guess that's, I mean, there's a lot of 3 or 4 food vendors
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
right. So it sounds like there could be quite a presence there, so it's
Oh, yeah.
it's a good thing that Rachel will be there.
Yeah, last year. was pretty good.
I mean, as long as the weather's decent.
Right, right,
you know, And I
right.
think it's supposed to be okay.
But even if a few people see her poster, it could help spread the word and there'll be applications there as well, you know, to just.
Yeah, I think one of the problems is we have a population of which we have a fair amount of very old people.
Right,
And a lot of them are housebound
yes.
or just plain don't remember. I mean, I
Right.
forget stuff all the time now. So I mean, I might hear something and 3 weeks later, it's like,
Right.
oh, really? You know?
Right, what was that? I don't remember,
You know,
yeah.
And
It's
so I think it's important to keep doing it and reaching out on as many levels as we can, kind of a
Right,
deal.
right. And I mean, I know the COA has a list of people, you know, that they know that they're trying to help or that need assistance. So I think even putting us in touch with some of those individuals to make sure, you know, if they're in financial trouble, that we can just help get them an application in. Because it's hard otherwise. They're not going to be necessarily watching Channel 8 or, you know, looking at Facebook.
Yeah.
It's kind of outside of the scope of what the normal person does when you're 85, 90, who knows? So,
75.
yeah, so it's,
Do you know how much funding is available at this
I
point?
don't remember the actual
It was
amount.
approaching 9,000 the last time
Okay.
we
No,
met.
that's good.
Um,
Yeah.
And that was, I don't know, what, a month or two ago we met?
Yeah, a couple months.
So it may have gone up somewhat, but
Mhm.
probably not dramatically.
Right,
After this tax bill goes out with the thing, we might get a few more thousand because of that,
Mhm.
but you never know really.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. That's good. It's
Yeah.
growing.
In fact, last year, we actually didn't give out any money because there wasn't enough money to really be
Mhm.
meaningful.
Right,
Yeah,
So,
right. We don't want to offer false hope. We want it to actually be substantial enough to help your tax bill. be
so now who
reduced.
decides who gets what?
So we have the taxation aid committee that
Oh, okay.
Davis and I are on.
we're more advisory.
We are, yeah.
Mhm.
So
There
they
are
have
three members
three members.
of the. Is there four?
Four, because May
I'm
is also a
sorry.
member.
I'm sorry, you're right. And they're the ones that really decide it. I mean, it's more like. Because they vet the applications,
Right, right,
okay, because a lot of it is income based.
right.
Right.
So once that gets funneled through, I mean, the rest of the people, for the most part. What we did. The last time was just, we split the pot
Right.
between that number, and that's what everybody got.
Yeah, and that's the method going forward too. It's not kind of a sliding need-based scale. It's
Right.
all that qualify, it'll be divided among the qualified
I
applicants.
think we did keep back a couple of $100 in reserve, just
Right.
in case we needed
Sure,
something or other, but basically everything went out.
gotcha.
So that concludes the update, I would say. We can probably exit
Okay,
the regular session.
Mhm.
we will exit the regular session at 11:20 and go into executive session and not to return to the general session. Oh, I should have asked for a motion to do that.
Motion to go to executive session.
Do I have a second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.